C.J. Stroud is the new, we assume is going to be the starting quarterback of the Houston Texans at the beginning of the season. I think it's a safe assumption to make. I think right now you're just going through the motions with Stroud competing against Davis Mills. We'll see in training camp. I would imagine a very clear pecking order. And by the end of it, expect Stroud to be the guy that's taking all of the first team snaps. He's already taking a good deal of them right now. He was speaking with Aaron Wilson of KPRC and said that the offseason workouts that he has been doing outside the facility have been really helping him and his new receivers out.
It was good, yeah. It was definitely just building chemistry, trying to get timing down, and trying to be as best as we can so we can training camp and dominate. So that was the goal for that. And we just keep building and have a good offseason.
So we've brought this up before. Stroud isn't exactly the most entertaining person to listen to. There's a lot of cliches. That's not an indictment on whether or not he's going to be a good football player. So how do we rizz up C.J. Stroud? What is it that we can do to make him seem more exciting? Because clearly anything he says into a microphone isn't going to get it done. So improv exercise here. How do we make it seem like C.J. Stroud is a headline stealer? And I got it. Did you hear him say the word dominate? C.J. Stroud plans to dominate thanks to offseason workouts with his receivers. Headline, this is how we start the Houston Texans bandwagon, baby, with misleading, panderous headlines.
Yeah. C.J. Stroud already working on dominate. C.J. Stroud and Tank Dell are going to dominate the NFL. Here's why.
Right, and because C.J. Stroud said dominate one word in that quote, and we're just going to use that one because that's the fun one, and make it seem like, C.J. Stroud and the Texans are going to really be good this season.
Is C.J. Stroud and Tank Dell, with the chemistry that they're already building in July, are they already a top 10 quarterback wide receiver combo in the NFL?
You know what, Sean? I'll take it one
discuss
further.
Next.
This might be the top rookie quarterback, rookie wide receiver combination in the NFL already. Because I don't know if the Colts have one, and I don't know if the Panthers have one. Boom!
The last 5 years. It's the best rookie quarterback, rookie wide receiver tandem.
I love it.
In the last 5 years.
Take it further. Listen,
prove me wrong.
We are building the Houston hype machine here. Here's more C.J. Stroud with Aaron Wilson. He's talking about OTAs, and he thinks he's done pretty well.
I feel like I've done well. OTAs was something that I want to just put my best in and just be a great leader as well as a great player. Soak in the playbook, soak in coaching, and just be as best as I can. And I think that was a good start, a good routine to get into training camp and just do better there.
Okay, so a lot of cliches. And again, we're not trying to get Stroud in trouble here. We're just trying to rizz him up. We are trying to get more hype with C.J. Stroud. So I'm focusing on the one part here. C.J. Stroud, already great leader thanks to OTAs. Boom. Because he wants to be a great leader. No, C.J., you already are.
Great leader, great player, and is only going to get better by the time training camp starts.
Love it. Guys, the machine is building. Whoop, whoop. It's the Houston hype train. Whoop, whoop. We have more from C.J. Stroud. Here he is talking about working with all-pro left tackle. Check that. All-pro in our mind left tackle, Laremy Tunsil.
Laremy Tunsil gave you a nice little shout out the other day. What's been your relationship bonding with him as he's going to be a blindside protector throughout this year?
Yeah, Laremy was the first person to hit me up once I got drafted, man. And for him to do that, just being such a great player he is, such a special person, and I was really appreciative of everything that he said to me. And I know that he's the type of person, he doesn't just say stuff just to say it. He really means it. And I really appreciate him for everything. And I know that we're going to be great teammates together. We already have a really good connection and hung out multiple times. And really excited to get to work with him because, and then on top of that, just be friends, man, just be brothers. I think that's better than being teammates. So, man, I'm really excited to work with Laremy.
A lot of things to dissect here. By the way, that interview was done with Chancellor Johnson of KPRC. It's about friendship. Football is family.
Mm-hmm.
C.J. Stroud, Laramie Tunsil, brothers already. And there's a post that Chancellor was asking about where Laramie Tunsil on his Instagram story posted a picture of him giving a loving like headbutt to C.J. Stroud. It was a really cute moment.
And the caption, QB1.
Damn.
Are even settled, really.
Damn. Well, damn. Davis Mills. What do you do if you see that? What's the point of even showing up the rest of this offseason? You've been supplanted by the left tackle.
The people's All-Pro left tackle has already coronated C.J. Stroud.
I liked hearing him talking about it's just cool to be friends.
I do like that. Although it is funny to hear. But I can 100% believe that when you're a rookie quarterback and you're like, all of a sudden I'm friends with Laramie Tunsil, or if you're joining a team that's not the Texans, it's probably way cooler. If you are Sky Moore and you get drafted to be a wide receiver with the Chiefs, and you're like, I get to be friends with and hang out with Pat Mahomes. That's awesome. Or the ultimate example is all the guys that get drafted from New England when Brady was there, and you're
that's true too.
You're like, oh yeah, Brady is just hitting me up on a weekend.
Everyone loved Brady because he was fun to hang out with. Here's a question. It might sound a little bit racist. It's not. Sean's like, damn it, Paul. Where are you going here?
I know.
I think Davis Mills would have a very hard time making friends with any specific great player in an NFL locker room. Am I wrong?
No, he could be friends with Adam Thielen.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not even going at it from that angle.
Okay.
He is a guy who went to Stanford. He doesn't have, to us at the very least, a lot of personality. And all of a sudden, you're on this team with this guy in Laramie Tunsil who's showing up wearing these $1,000 Hawaiian shirts, which are badass, by the way, Laramie. I want one.
You're just asking what do Davis Mills and Laramie Tunsil sit in the locker room and connect about? What do they talk about outside of football that they both are you're a cool dude, Davis. You're a cool dude, Laramie.
It's a great question because I'm sure that they have at times talked. They have to. I don't think.
Hey Laramie, you seen the new House of the Dragon?
Is that how they bond? I do wonder if they have any shared interests. Look, it's going to be tough for Davis Mills at this point. For any Mills Mafia holdouts, you're like the Japanese soldiers from World War II in 1962 at some random island, being like, "Oh, we'll get those Americans if they ever come here." That was actually a thing, by the way. But look, Laramie Tunsil really likes C.J. Stroud. Here is what Tunsil had to say about Stroud on the Pat McAfee show.
He handled himself well. He came in the building with these unbelievable leadership skills, and he's killing it, man. How I describe CJ is a dog. He's a straight dog. He comes in there ready to work. He handles the huddle perfectly, and he go out there and ball, man. You got to appreciate that, especially in a young quarterback like CJ.
Tunsil does sound actually impressed by Stroud, the player there. And clearly there is a relationship of sorts developing between the two. In fact, C.J. Stroud's talking about how he wants to be friends, brothers with Laramie Tunsil. But here's the thing. I think there's still a chance for Davis Mills here. Not to supplant C.J. Stroud as the starter, to supplant C.J. Stroud as a friend. Because Laramie Tunsil, you heard him call C.J. Stroud dog in that answer. Laramie Tunsil had this to say about Davis Mills not too long ago.
Talks about Davis Mills, his growth from last year to this year, and what he's bringing to you guys.
Dog.
Laramie Tunsil still might think deep down that Davis Mills is a dog.
That was less than a year ago.
It was. R.I.P. Mark Berman. We're going to miss you out on the beat asking those questions.
Still with us.
R.I.P. Retire in peace.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I didn't know you reclaimed
everyone
R.I.P.
Everyone says R.I.P. Retire in peace.
Yeah, retire in peace.
You've never said that to anybody before?
I can't say that I have.
Okay, fair enough.
But I also haven't been in the workforce very long, so.
Okay, yeah, because it's R.I.P. in peace. That's how you say.
Okay.
Yeah, Anyway, that's how you say thoughts and prayers to somebody who's died online that you don't actually know, but you feel the need to talk about them because
T's
you
and
want to make
P's.
it about yourself. Right. Like that's how, well, look, it's 2023.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers to, celebrity, 90-year-old celebrity X. I really loved you on MASH.
When's the last time that you made somebody else's death about yourself?
Oh, when's the last death that happened?
I don't think I want to go back and see, like, have I ever done that? Like, do I have a social media post of like someone I barely knew and I was like, yeah, man, R.I.P.
Yeah, just
Feel bad for me.
Search your name on Twitter with condolences, with
100%.
R.I.P., rest in peace, thoughts and prayers. Like, just see if you've ever done like, man, I can't even think of a celebrity who's died. Like, man, George Michael, R.I.P. I used to love Wham growing up.
I'm gonna circle back to Laramie Tunsil.
Oh, away from Wham? Okay.
Away from Wham, yes. I'm gonna circle back here. What is a dog to Laramie Tunsil? Because he was calling Davis Mills dog. Okay, there were some moments in 2021 where I suppose you could have that conclusion with Davis Mills. I know I've never had it. It's also his teammate. And you hear Tunsil talking about C.J. Stroud and the long answer that he gave there. Stroud is clearly more exciting than Mills. Of course he would be. He's the second overall pick. And on top of that, Tunsil's kind of depressed because he's been playing for a bad team the last couple of years. Play some more of those comments tomorrow. Does Laramie Tunsil have a dog scale? What kind of dog is Davis Mills? Right now, I would imagine Davis Mills is probably a Chihuahua, which is the worst of all the dogs.
Oh, whoa.
He is.
Oh, that's ugly.
Why is it ugly? Watching him play football was ugly.
You just called him the worst of all the dogs.
He is the worst of all the dogs. Well, you don't want him to be your starting quarterback next year.
I was trying to think of like smart dogs that aren't quite like.
Chihuahuas are the worst, because they're either scared,
but
they're ugly. They're either scared or angry. There's no in
between.
between.
Dachshund at least with the neck.
Dachshunds are cute.
I was just thinking that their bodies are shaped like his neck. That's all. That's all I was doing. There wasn't much going on there.
No, but like there's an appealing quality to them. With Davis Mills, there's no appeal. What? I know that sounds mean,
He's
but
from Stanford.
Okay, so he's
a
like
smarty pants.
He is a. That means he is like a fancy Chihuahua. So like a Chihuahua that was like bred at like a fancy like dog seller's house, and they've like tried to go out of their ways to breed with Chihuahuas so that they're not, nipping at everybody, biting at everybody, or just freaked out by everything. They're legitimately the worst dogs, Chihuahuas. If you have a Chihuahua, I'm sorry for you. Like that's just gotta suck.
I looked up smart dog breeds, and it feels like they're just the most popular dogs. But how about English Springer Spaniel?
I don't know what the hell that is.
They're little spaniel terrier dogs.
You know what?
It's not quite as insulting, and it's paying homage to his noodle up there.
I think right now, C.J. Stroud is a German Shepherd puppy. German Shepherd puppies, objectively, cute dogs. You do not know what that thing is going to grow into, right? Like they can't be dangerous dogs if they're not trained correctly. But this is not like a pit bull where you're just asking for your toddler to get mauled to death. Why are you laughing?
A lot of people are gonna get mad at what you just
I don't
said.
care.
Okay,
stop.
okay.
I'm sure your pit bull is well trained. I'm
I
sure
know pit bulls are a very contentious issue.
They shouldn't be. Like they're a dangerous dog, and you better have the balls to own it. Like seriously, my take on it is, if you're getting one, they can be very cute. They can be very loving. I have a couple of friends who have pit bulls. They are nice to me, but to me, I'm good with dogs. These things, though, the wrong owners, and there's so many bad dog owners out there, man.
That's the real problem.
There's so many bad dog owners, and they're like, oh, he never does this. Does he? He never does this? Are you sure? Sure. It's just one time. Like, listen, the pound's not right here. They're not about to take your dog away. But my God, try a little bit harder. You should actually have to be a responsible person to have a dog, to have a kid, maybe even two. Who would have thought? Wow, we're just really slamming everybody in the middle of this segment.
C.J. Stroud, German Shepherd puppy.